be, and so then you like place it in the appropriate lane.
Yeah.
This looks boring.
I have to go to the dentist. I have to go to the dentist, and right after I get back from the dentist, there's a job interview. So there's gonna be somebody interviewing with me.
Yeah.
Are not gonna be able to like converse with them.
You actually getting like Novocaine? What are you doing?
Yeah, I have to get a filling.
Stop eating so much candy.
Terrible teeth. I don't know.
Like both teeth?
No.
I have bad teeth.
Oh,
So
okay.
ones that are left, I already don't have many. And the ones that are left are bad. I have to go next week to get like the post and the crown, like they destroyed, root canaled one a couple weeks ago. Now they're gonna put all the pieces back together. Just reconstructive surgery on my face.
What's up? What do you?
I don't know. I saw a group. I thought maybe something important was happening, but then
No, we're doing something kind of boring. We're just sort of talking about labor standards. Oh, I gotta go. I only have 15 minutes.
You're gonna be late.
go.
Bye.
Go.
I have to go to the dentist. Bye.
Yeah,
Pacing the work.
because everyone was not hitting their time standards.
Yeah, and you know, there may be like a few different reasons that was happening, but one in particular is it was not very clear to people, hey, here's what I need to do right now, and maybe like by this time this should be done. So I
Yeah.
kind of know what my goal is.
I mean, they know when they need to have a run done by, right? No?
Not really.
Really?
We used to stage it so that we would give them exactly how much we thought a day of work was.
Yeah.
We haven't really been doing that process because we're leaning more towards making the stuff that we actually need to make. Like a run of dice vaults used to be 40 units. We might have only needed to make 10. So we didn't want somebody making 30 units that we didn't need just for the sake of filling a daily quota.
It used to be like, here, Brendan, this is for you. Just go off by yourself, ignore everyone, and like do your thing. Now we're working in like teams. Rail accessories, which is what we're talking about right now, these kinds of things,
Yeah.
have a whole team of people over there who are all working together to accomplish this like big mountain of work. So it's hard to define like, what am I responsible for?
Right.
That's what we're talking about. That sort of stuff. This is a similar situation. Look at this giant pile. Like where we got all this. Look at that stuff over there. This is just a big, how long is this supposed to take?
I have no idea.
And neither do they. We're looking at how long this is supposed to take you, according to what our system says, which might be wrong,
Could be.
but it might be right. So we're gonna just start there. So it's supposed to take you 25 minutes to check this whole box full of these things. We could even pull it in like chunks, where it's like, all right, let me grab these 4 boxes, here's 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can sort of see, hey, I'm 2 hours in, am I done? It's working in lots of other places, so now we're just gonna move it over to here.
So after all your investigations, what's been the biggest problem?
The biggest problem overall, the 2 biggest problems, I'll give you 2.
Okay.
I think they're about even. Wood grading it properly, which is like, is it the right color? Did we take all the defects out? Is this going to be what we want it to be?
Supposed to be on the return card or no?
Yeah.
That looks like it might be a problem.
It's a little defective.
Leather.
Leather.
Leather. See this board here?
Yeah, that never should have made it
That
through.
should not be there.
Yeah.
That should get cut. And now this is a finger jointed panel. So even after we cut that out, we would still use this whole piece of wood
Sure.
and maybe that one.
Yeah, so this went through chop and then got passed through again to the finger jointer and then still didn't. So 3 different places it didn't
Yes.
get caught.
Yes. And part of it is things like this where it's like, look, we just missed it. We just left it out.
Yeah.
Other times, secondary faces, the bottoms of things like player desks and stuff, a lot of times we'll accept a little knot because you can't see it on this side. It's actually hidden underneath something. We can fill it so it's smooth, but sometimes you'll send that to CNC and then they'll cut this hole in it and it'll be under there.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, oh, now it's in the middle of the thing.
So is it worth it then to like even keep the little ones at that point?
Right.
Like if we keep having these kinds of issues, which cost us money, would it not be smarter to just buy like higher grade lumber?
That would be one solution. You could
Yeah.
buy higher grade material.
Yeah.
Or we just make our grading, our defecting more stringent. So what then's gonna happen is all this stuff's gonna get cut out and we're gonna generate more waste. But
Yeah.
it may be worth it if it reduces how much scrap we're throwing away. What was it, $75,000 last week?
Right, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And if we are then effectively reprocessing to the finger jointer, the fact that we have a lot of fall off isn't bad necessarily, because we need more finger jointy blocks.
True. Yeah, and you don't want to buy like higher grade lumber and just turn it straight into finger jointed blocks.
No, you don't. And actually, if you buy higher grade lumber, you'll have less defecting. You will just generate less scrap.
Yeah.
But scrap is a material we need. We're never gonna have like a perfect like 1-to-1 balance, but we want to get close. So that's number one problem, wood grading. And number two problem, where did it go?
We're just losing
Where did it go? That's the number two problem.
And we haven't found out at generally like which part in the process that we're losing stuff, or is it just kind of all over the place?
Generally tends to be just the amorphous on like the milling floor
area?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it comes out of rough mill, we assess it, we count it, we whip it, we know what it is. Then it just moves through a bunch of different machining centers through the floor till it comes here, this QA lane. We count it, we assess it, we put it into inventory, it gets checked in, just in between there and there, missing.
So sus.
It is. So now we're working on that. What we're doing to help address that is this sort of stuff. This and this and this and this and that and that.
Are these all things that would have got thrown away?
So these are all things that would have just ended up in the dumpster and no one would have seen it. Something went wrong.
Oh yeah.
It looks like the tooling caught. Maybe they lost vacuum, something kicked, and it ruined some number of units.
Yeah.
And like a month ago, they just would have been like, well, that sucks, in the trash bin, because it's literally trash. But we can't see it anymore, and we don't know what happened to it. It's just gone.
Yeah.
So now, CNC, whenever they ruin anything, either by making a mistake or just by
the machine.
A machine had a problem, like whatever the reason.
Yeah.
It comes here, and they sort of delineate what it was and what they lost.
Right.
So we've been doing this in CNC for a while, and it's been helping a lot. So for the milling floor, there's a couple main machines or work centers where generally we sort of lose product. The planer, jump saw, a little to a lesser extent, SLR, the straight line rip saw is a big one where people are working and they're noticing like a defect or a problem, and they're just like, I'm not gonna work on this anymore because it's bad. Like, why would I continue to put effort into this thing that's ultimately gonna fail?
Yeah.
So that is the correct impulse. That's what you want to do. But what was happening is we pile stuff up on pallets, and then this would just get pulled away to like maybe a rework pile, or if it was small, it would just go in the grinder, and poof, it would just be gone again. We're now, at the end of the night, Paul, the night manager, is doing a sweep. We've defined pallet locations by certain machines.
Yeah.
It gets piled up there. At the end of the night, he's the last one. He collects all those, drops them in their zones, replaces them with a fresh pallet.
Yep.
And now we have something else to look at. There's been a lot of scenarios where we've lost 20 hobby vault panels. Well, here's 15 right here, and it might be legit, or it might not. Like, there's a possibility that we've just been like throwing away stuff that could be perfectly good because of a misunderstanding or an error, you know? Because oftentimes, especially people who are newer, they're operating the SLR, making this panel, they might not actually know what it goes to, what its final form is.
Right.
That can make it difficult to determine if a problem is really a problem or not.
Yeah, say this was gonna be like a player desk or something, and I saw something on this edge, or whatever.
It's gonna get cut out.
It's gonna get cut out.
The CNC, actually not a problem.
Right.
We should not reject the entire panel for that.
Yep.
But this is an opportunity to vet our decision making. You know, either, yep, we rejected it and it should have been rejected and good job, let's try to fix where we went wrong.
Yep.
Or, hey, these are actually fine, stop rejecting this type of thing.
Sure.
Because we're just wasting money and wood and time, all that stuff. So those are the two main actions we've taken to try to plug the two largest holes where we're losing stuff.
Yep. A lot of it might not even be really fixable. Like, if it is just constantly a machine or a bit, I guess, blowing stuff out.
It's all fixable.
Yeah?
I've noticed lately a lot of CNC losing product for like, oh, it's sort of like kicked over in the jig a little bit. It was cutting it and it moved and then cut it wrong. Shouldn't move. Maybe we're cutting it improperly. Our feeds and speeds, our tool selection could be wrong, or the way we're cutting it could be good, but our vacuum pump is leaking. We've lost the ability to hold it as securely as we used to. And actually, Mike, he found a bunch of vacuum leaks the other day.
Oh.
So it's like, because sometimes you can start fixing the program, like, hey, it flew off, I better fix the program, I better slow it down, We've made that mistake before where we take a program that has worked, it stops working, we start changing how we're doing it, and it gets slower and slower and longer, when really that wasn't an issue at all. The issue was we had a vacuum leak, which wasn't holding it properly. We could have been cutting it the same way the whole time if our machine was operating at 100%. It can be tricky, don't get fooled.
We're gonna get the 100% yield is what we're saying.
Probably not. But we're going to keep following the rabbit holes. There's a reason that we can fix.
All right, fair enough.
We'll find them.
This is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right.
On time.
It's tricky. It's tight. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky.
Have ChatGPT write a Dr. Seuss poem about why chocolate chip cookies are better than oatmeal raisin.
Can it even do that?
Oh, sure, try it. All right, here. Can you please give this a reading?
Oh, what the?
Wow.
Go.
Wow.
No, read it. I bet it's. Go, give it a read. Give it a read.
In the land of sweet treats where cookies abound, there's a debate that goes round and round. Some say oatmeal raisin is simply divine, but I'll tell you a secret, and it's not just a line. Chocolate chip cookies, oh, they take the cake. With each bite you take, there's so much at stake. The chips are like treasures so gooey and sweet. In the world of desserts, they just can't be beat. Oatmeal raisin cookies, they have their charm too. With their oats and their raisins, they're hearty and true. But if you ask me, and this isn't just flattery, chocolate chip wins their choco delattery.
Wow. It's Dr. Seuss. It's a little bit.
That's very Dr. Seuss.
They're soft in the middle and crispy on the edge. A taste that makes your taste bud take the pledge. To savor the sweetness, the joy and delight of chocolate chip cookies, oh what a sight. So whether you're baking or out on a quest for cookies that truly are the very best, remember my words and they won't be teasing. Choose chocolate chip cookies. They're truly pleasing. In the world of cookies, it's clear to see chocolate chips reign supreme, and that's my decree.
Nice.
But remember, my friend, it's all in good fun. Enjoy what is love, whether raisin or bun. Wow.
I didn't like the last line.
Raisin or
What's a bun?
Yeah, but yeah.
Wow, snaps all around. Thanks, chat.